Hello and welcome back to Tier List Tuesday, where today we're going to be ranking the Grand Theft Auto games, and I'm going to start first with the worst game in the series, Grand Theft Auto: The Definitive Edition trilogy. It isn't that they haven't, them three games aren't good. It's that they had perfect games and just shot them in the back of the head. All three are inferior versions to the games that were released like 16 plus years ago. All three of them are made poorer because of that port. Next, next worst, I think I'm gonna put it above Grand Theft Auto Advance. It's like a old style GTA, top down GTA, but with the Game Boy Advance, and it's very bare bones, very aged. Doesn't really play too well. I didn't really like it when it come out. I don't really like going back to it and playing it. Um Next I'm going to put Liberty City Stories down there. I think when they was making the stories games for the PSP, they should have chose Vice City and San Andreas, or like Vice City and Los Santos, or Las Venturas, or uh, San Fierro. It would have made for a better game. Liberty City Stories, it's a kind of a bit of a non-entry. It was fun for the PSP, but going back to it now, it's kind of a bit dated. And going with a dated theme, I'm gonna put the rest of the top-down GTA's. It's a good job that they innovated how they did with a 3D game, because the top-down GTA, unless it's for the DS or PSP, it doesn't really play well. Really, they're fun games, but they aren't as expansive or as good as the rest of the games on this list. And for the next one in B, I'm gonna put the Lost and Damned. GTA 4 was a great game, but of its two DLCs, The Lost and Damned chose the worst aspect of the driving of that game, the motorcycles, and decided that that was a good thing to aspect an entire game around, and it didn't really work well. I think if that game had normal driving mechanics, it probably would have worked pretty nicely. The story was pretty good. The villain was quite memorable. The backstory to all the characters was quite fun, but I don't really I didn't really like it because of the motorcycle physics in that game. Next on the list, I'm gonna put GTA Chinatown Wars, probably the most underrated GTA. Um, it's top down. I have seen a mod for it that puts it 3D, but that's beside the point. Top down. The little um odd jobs that you can do. The touchscreen mechanics is perfect. The little mini games like drug dealing, scratch cards, stuff like that was so fun to play on the DS, especially when you thought DS was like a kiddie's console sort of thing. But yeah, the next one I'm gonna put GTA 3. Revolutionized the the industry of gaming, lit a fire under the arse of people in the industry. Really entertaining, but in consideration with the rest of the games above it, it's quite dated. It hasn't dated well alongside Vice City. It hasn't the gameplay hasn't dated very well at all. But yeah, the next one I'm going to put on the next tier is Vice City Stories. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna put it here. Vice City Stories. It's better than GTA 3. It's basically the gameplay of San Andreas, with the map of Vice City. It's so fun, that game is. Another very underrated game. If you had a PSP and you had Grand Theft Auto, Vice City Stories, and Chinatown Wars, you've just got a brilliant console with a couple of brilliant games on the go. Absolutely fantastic little game, Vice City Stories. Highly recommend it for everybody who hasn't played Vice City Stories. Very good game. And the next in A is GTA 5. When it first come out, it would have easily been in S tier. Literally one of the best games of all time when it come out. But with the multiplayer expansions, the DLCs, it just soured the game for me. It's a good game. The single player is an excellent experience, but the multiplayer has just completely soured me in the entire experience. Next, I'm gonna put Vice City. I know this is probably nostalgia, but the 80s aesthetic at that time was just perfect. The radio stations were iconic. It was just perfect for its time, but it's got the same problem as GTA 3 in that it's got a dated mechanics. The walking around mechanics is just janky now. Going back to it, certain supercars in the game you can only hit against the wall once or twice, and it's just completely wrecked. I don't really appreciate that neither. But yeah, still a fantastic game and absolutely iconic voice acting from the late Ray Liotta. Next game on the list is GTA 4, The Ballad of Gay Tony. Basically got GTA 4 where how it was dour, depressing, like brilliant story GTA 4, but how GTA 4 was depressing, Gay Tony was like the vibrant brother sort of thing. Absolutely fun story. Introduced so many different aspects of the game, like the attack chopper, the explosive guns, the new guns. You have the nightclub aspect of it. You have the different angle of perspective that I didn't say with Lost and Damned. You got the main story of GTA 5, and it just expanded on the story, get it different angles. I think its story, GTA 4 in a whole, is got a better story than GTA 5 in terms of GTA 5 had them three main protagonists, while GTA 4 also had the three main protagonists, but they were like split in gameplay. If they could do a mod where they split the GTA 4 like GTA 5, that would be insane, but yeah. Next, just below S, is GTA 4. I remember when this first came out and I was a kid, like everybody used to clown on it. Oh, it's car gameplay, its driving mechanics is awful. It's depressing where GTA San Andreas is like happy and you've got car modding and stuff. But what GTA 4 did was it created probably the best character in the GTA series entirely with Niko Bellic. Absolutely fantastic character development. I know some aspects of it can be annoying, but I've recently replayed it a couple of times, and it's such a experience even now. And what aspect of it you do have now is, you know how GTA 3 early 2000s aesthetic, GTA San Andreas early 90s aesthetic, GTA Vice City you got the 80s aesthetic. With GTA 4, because it's 15 years removed, you've got like a late 2000s, early 2010s sort of aesthetic to it, where it's hyper focused about terrorism and such. It's got its own unique feel to it now that we're 10 years removed, 10 15 years removed of that time era, and it's aged like a fine wine. Its physics engine is perfect. It's better than 5, better than every game on this list. But yeah, GTA 4. If it wasn't for this next game, it would be my favourite GTA. and that game being Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I know it's cliche to say San Andreas is the best GTA, but it's got that reputation for a reason. It's got so much decadence and so much like things that you can do on the side, because it was kind of competing with about 4 different games at the time. You had like the car editing aspect of Need for Speed. You had like the different mini games that it didn't need to have, but it just had in, like, you could play Gallagher and stuff like that on the game. You could play basketball. You had all like the planes that you could fly around with, the jetpack. You have the different weaponry. You had the 3 islands, and oh, it was just a perfect game. And I don't think they'll ever top that experience. They'll never top that first time experience of going into that world and just exploring. Hopefully they can in the next GTA 6, but I doubt it very much. And with that, I end it there. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and goodbye.